Hey guys, welcome back. And today this is going to be a shorter part than I normally do, just a forewarning. But with that done, let's have our normal recap. Last time we saw what would happen during the Boo arc, with it being a quick battle against Boo before the group battled against a god, leaning into the next arc quite nicely. So let's get going. Now we join our heroes off training at Capsule Corp. Vegeta, after Enma and Vegeta had mended their relationship slightly, the likes of Goku and Enma have started training with Vegeta. And this has led to them slowly rebuilding a relationship that was never really there. With them currently aiming to be able to use the form that Goku used against Beerus, Goku is currently aiming to be able to use it more effectively while the other two are trying to learn it. Now with the free training, the day that Vegeta learns of Whis' visit to Earth and who he is, both Goku and Enma are present, so with Vegeta heading off to train with the Angel, those two accompany him, which leads to them training a bit earlier and growing a lot stronger. Now, naturally, the next steps after these is Resurrection of F. This actually happening in this timeline, which doesn't happen too often in my life. So you see, when Frieza was killed by Enma all those years ago, the likes of Goku comforted his brother, reminding him that his daughter could be revived with the Dragon Balls, which was picked up on a scout that managed to survive the battle. With Frieza's forces hearing this, they had been planning an attack on Earth for years, with them never having an opening because the likes of Goku, Enma, and Vegeta have all been on the planet, and they soon surpassed even their highest ranking officers. But when Goku, Vegeta, and Enma left the planet, this is when they launched their attack. They send in some weaker agents to the planet, gathering the balls like normal and wishing Frieza back with Shenron, with them using one of their three wishes with this. With them learning how they have two more wishes, Shu soon makes a wish for some Zenny like normal, which gets him a death stare from the mostly formed up Frieza. However, Shenron asks for his next wish, and this gets a smile out of Frieza's face. Gift me with immortality. With Shenron's eyes glowing, the wish is granted, and all the damage that Frieza was brought back with is repaired, with the injuries he has currently got completely healed. The Emperor wants to rush off and get his revenge, however, he stops and thinks. He decides he wants to head off, grow slightly stronger, and be able to overpower the Saiyans with ease, with heading back into space and starting his training like normal. However, here he gets the chance to train with his father, who lived in this timeline. The two decide to train for the next 3 months intensely, and because Frieza's got some regeneration now, he can actually do this pretty effectively. With 3 months soon passing, eventually the battle on Earth would happen. With the Earth group sensing the power of the tyrants appearing, they head off to intercept and get ready for this battle. The group that appear for this fight is Gohan, Hisame, Krillin, Roshi, Tien, Videl, and Kami all show up, with Jacko showing up as well thanks to Bulma. With Frieza looking over the group, scanning them down, looking for either of the princes. However, his eyes soon lock with Hisame, who gets a smile out of the tyrant, with him laughing and taunting the girl, saying, "If it isn't the brat I slayed all those years ago, now tell me, where is your father?" Isame scoffs, saying how her father is on the way, but they won't need him, as she will kill them both now. With Frieza laughing, he sends his army towards the group, with Frieza's footmen swarming them. The group begin to fight back, with this going a lot smoother than canon, thanks to Gohan having kept up with his training, and this is because of his rivalry with Hisame, which has led both of them to becoming incredibly strong, and this also has the added effect of having some extra fighters, Infidel and Hisame, in this timeline, so it's a much easier fight and eventually leads to Frieza sending in Togama, which leads to Togama getting overpowered very quickly by Gohan. Frieza is annoyed and starts getting ready to go into the battle himself, with him climbing out of his chair and locking eyes with Hisame. Elle finishes off her current opponent before turning towards Frieza, with her then powering up to Super Saiyan, with this getting a Frieza to flinch a bit. With this being the form he lost to, he remembers it very well. However, he remembers his immortality and doesn't bring anything up. With him then powering up to his third form, which shocks Isame. This is the form that killed her, and it puts her off guard a little bit. However, the pair get ready to fight. With them rushing at one another and clash, this sends a shockwave across all the battlefield. All of Frieza's foot soldiers are knocked to the ground as the battle begins, with the two clashing evenly against one another in an all-out brawl, with both landing really good blows on one another. However, Hisame slowly realizes that a lot of her blows that she does on Frieza seem to hurt him. However, it doesn't seem to do any lasting damage. Throughout the fight, she notices that some of his injuries are slowly healing over, but she doesn't know why. She decides to take it up a notch and jumps up to Super Saiyan 2, which turns the fight from a fair fight to her being able to easily overpower Frieza, with this shocking Frieza who breaks away from the fight and shows off his final form. This being the first time the group has seen it, which causes Hisame to be thankful he never used it against them when they fought him all the years back. The pair are once again pretty evenly matched, and slowly as the fight goes on and on and on, Frieza's immortality is helping him stay in it much better than Hisame is. Hisame knows she's landing good blows, and she knows she's actually landed some pretty decisive blows. However, thanks to the regeneration Frieza's immortality is giving him, she's not done anything too significant, and if anything, all she's done is really piss Frieza off. Eventually, she comes to the conclusion that maybe his final form has some properties like Cell did. With her having an idea, she drops down to a Super Saiyan form. With Frieza confused at why the lightning and her power has dropped, however, she then begins to strain her body. The whole area begins to be coated in this yellow glow. However, it's slowly flickering with some red, slowly going yellow and red, yellow and red, yellow and red. Hisame's muscles begin to burst out a lot, with her screaming out, Kaioken times 10, with her body suddenly turning a blood red as she starts rushing straight towards Frieza, landing a blow which sends the Emperor flying backwards, with her appearing behind the tyrant and grabbing him by his tail and throwing him straight into the ocean, with this causing a massive splash from it. Soon after Hisame has done this, she disappears, with Frieza then getting kicked out of the water and straight into the sky, and the red aura of Hisame emits from the water below as she shouts out, Kamehameha! And a red beam flies out of the water, making contact with Frieza's body and completely engulfing him. His body is slowly being torn apart, however it's clear that he's regenerating all at the same time. Soon, Hisame stops the beam, and everyone looks up, amazed that Hisame's power, however, sees the slowly reforming Frieza. This makes everyone flinch a bit. It seems you monkeys have gotten out of hand with your power. I guess I shall show you my new golden form. With the shell of Frieza slowly regenerating his limbs and turning into his new-found golden form. This scares everyone. Frieza has the next level of power, and they're not sure how to deal with it. With the shell of Frieza slowly growing, his limbs and body turning to something different, and soon, with everyone scared to finally see Frieza's regeneration finished, he becomes golden. With Frieza seeing everyone shocked, his face can't help but smile. Oh yes, I should thank you for those balls of yours. Not only did they bring me back to life, but they also made me immortal. You will never kill me now, monkeys. Hisame hearing this, she grits her teeth and rushes straight back at Frieza in her Super Kaioken, with the girl throwing one punch at Frieza with him catching the punch easily, with her going to throw another punch which is caught with Frieza's other hand very easily. Frieza sits there smiling as he knees the girl in the gut and sends her flying away. Gohan, watching from the sides, jumps up to his Super Saiyan 2 form and is about to rush into the fight. However, before he can get close, he is cut off by Cold. Gohan goes to move him to the side, however Gold soon goes into his golden form as well. This makes Gohan panic, and he tries to stop Cold from going into the golden form, however he can't, and soon Cold's metamorphosis is done as he becomes Golden Cold, with him starting the fight against Gohan, leading the two cousins having two separate fights against two incredible monsters alone. Gohan not doing as well as his cousin thanks to the fact he hasn't got the Super Kaioken, eventually leading to Gohan taking some pretty significant damage. Alongside this, Hisame is doing alright, but she really can't keep up with the power of Golden Frieza and his regeneration. Slowly the two are getting put down into the ground, and the Z fighters on the side are getting ready to jump in, and at least try and help Gohan. However, when Hisame's head is pinned down to the ground, and she's watching her cousin being beaten the shit out of, she gets desperate and shouts out, "Fuck it, Kaioken times 20!" with her whole body and aura turning into a dark red as soon as she does so, as she overpowers Frieza with ease and sends him flying away. She then gets up and shouts out, "Blood Dragon Buckshot!" with her aiming her arm towards Cold as she infuses ki into the form of a dragon around her hand. She then pulls back and punches straight towards Cold from where she was, with her sending a massive amount of condensed air towards him. Air is soon covered in her ki, forming a dragon with the colours of red and gold glow around it. However, after firing this attack, Hisame falls to the floor motionless. With Gohan being next to Cold, he braces to take the attack head on. However, a sudden push moves him away from Cold, with him breaking his brace and looking over to see Videl, who has pushed him out of the way, with her putting herself in harm's way for Gohan. Gohan, not having the time to react to get his wife out of the way, soon sees both Cold and Videl engulfed by this attack. Him waiting to see if they'll be there afterwards, however knowing that she won't, being able to sense the key, and after the dragon disappears, flying long off into space, he looks around to where his wife and Cold once were, and both are missing. Gohan stares to where Videl was and begins to look around, hoping she managed to avoid the attack, but knowing she didn't. Tears begin to form in Gohan's eyes, but he remembers Frieza's still here and starts rushing over to Hisame, but soon sees Frieza standing over her body, snickering, saying he's embarrassed how his father went down in such an easy way, and he should also level the playing field. They've killed a few of his men, he should level it out, with him shooting a load of death beams through Hisame's chest. Something snaps in Gohan as his eyes white out, and the planet begins to violently shake. Gohan starts shaking with rage, and everyone watching is confused as they can feel the power of Gohan slowly, no, massively increase. And soon, Gohan lets out a shout, with his hair growing outwards and eyebrows disappearing. Gohan achieves Super Saiyan 3. This causes Frieza to flinch, however he soon remembers his immortality. Goes on to almost brag about it, but a sudden reappearance of Gohan shocks Frieza, with Gohan looking at Frieza as the tyrant throws a punch, which Gohan easily catches, and he begins to crush the hand of Frieza, saying, "I remember you're immortal, and that will not save you from the torture I'm about to put you through, Frieza." Gohan breaks Frieza's arm before feeling it heal underneath his hand. Once again he breaks it and knees Frieza straight in the face, hearing a bone-cracking thud as Frieza's head flings upwards before coming back down. Frieza's pissed off and goes to shoot a blaster at Gohan. However, Gohan just sits there taking the blast. With him being unfazed, he just stands above Frieza. Gohan once again begins to beat into Frieza as he mourns the death of his wife and cousin. The only reason Gohan's able to do anything right now is thanks to a fucking huge rage boost he's experiencing. The most important people in his life are gone, and he's never been this angry. With everyone over at the sides watching the slaughtering of Frieza, and without wasting a beat, Kami realises that there's only one way to deal with Frieza. He begins to rocket off towards Kame House, shouting out for everyone to help Gohan if Frieza gets the advantage. They all nod but confused at what Kami's planning, with Gohan keeping his battle up nice and easy. Gohan is the biggest threat on the battlefield right now. His rage is slowly dropping inside of him, but Frieza can't do anything right now. Even though his body can heal, he is taking a true beating, and at this point his immortality is a burden. Slowly Gohan is losing power, and eventually his Super Saiyan 3 subsides, as he drops back down to his base and falls to the floor next to Frieza. The tyrant pulls himself up after being heavily beaten, and he is revealed to be fine, but everyone knew this would be the case. From getting up and getting ready to kill Gohan before his golden form drops, he hadn't mastered the form, and he lost a lot of stamina with all the healing his body had to do. Frieza's annoyed but knows he can deal with everyone else on this planet now, as he gets ready to kill Gohan. But a shout of Destructo Disc cuts Frieza in two, as a shout of Neo Tri-Beam pins him straight into the ground. A load of blasts hit him, with Frieza confused at what's going on. Eventually, when his body reforms, he sees the Earthlings ready to fight. He's pissed off at them and is about to shoot a blast towards them, but one final shout of Mafuba as a green wave starts to catch the tyrant off guard and slowly start pulling him towards Kami, starting to get ready to seal Frieza away, with the tyrant starting to fight back a lot. The others start shooting blasts towards Frieza, trying to just weaken him, with the blast pushing him slowly into the pot, and Roshi eventually jumps in with Kami, helping him do the Mafuba, as they begin to pull Frieza in and eventually put him straight into the jar and seal him away. Kami knows what he's going to do with this bottle as he pockets it for now. Now, from here, the group get ready to mourn. Not long after, Goku, Enma and Vegeta show up. Goku and Enma, even Vegeta, are sad to hear that Hisame died, but are impressed to hear how she went down. With them not sure what to do, meaning so Frieza had used the Dragon Balls not too long ago, Kami reveals that he's actually managed to shorten the time on the ball a long time ago. Kami in this timeline has never stopped his training, and it's led to the Dragon Balls benefiting from it heavily. With everyone hearing this, they ask how long they would have to wait. Kami says they should be ready about nowish. And he's shortened it down to 3 months. He's buffed the fuck out of these balls, and he's hoped it would help like it did. Hearing this, everyone rushes off and starts getting the balls as fast as they can, soon reviving Hisame and Videl. Enma obviously hugs his daughter as Gohan thanks Videl for saving him, but scolds her a bit as well. Hisame hears how Gohan had achieved a new form, as she gives a little bit of a taunt, saying they'll have to see which is stronger, her Super Kaioken or Gohan's new Super Saiyan 3. This gets a laugh out of Gohan, and the group celebrate. Goku, Enma and Vegeta are actually happy Earth could defend itself without them being there. They still came to Earth obviously, but this was a nice change. And with this done, this is where I'll be leaving this part. The reason it took Goku and Enma and Vegeta so long to get here is they had to rely on Whis traffic, and it's just not the most effective form to travel with. So yeah, that was the reason they arrived so late. Also, Whis and Beerus would be at the end part. That's something I didn't think to bring up, but I didn't think it would be needed. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed. I really liked what I did with this part, and I love this what if, I just don't touch it very often. I'm also juggling writing out some scripts for new ones, so you know, it's pretty interesting. I've got some new ideas coming out soon. I'm even branching out a little bit, but that would have already happened because I think this part will be going out after the new what if I'm doing. I also have some other ideas, and I'm hopefully going to have a collab with Super Savage at some point, as I've been wanting to try and do a collab for a while with someone they're not really vocal in the DB community, and I'm also a bit silent, so you know, that doesn't really help. But yeah, I'm hoping to have a collab with him at some point. I just need to think of an idea of what to do a collab about, because I've got some ideas for the channel, but I want to cover them. Yeah, you get what I mean. But anyway, with that said, I hope everyone has a great day or a good night, and hopefully you enjoyed this part. Let me know what you think will happen in the next part, and hopefully see you next time.